so in this haircut, we are going to go for a layered look on the sides and upper half of the back, but a graduated look on the lower half of the back. We want to sit the hair under the occipital bone, the lower half of the back, nice and tight, but we're going to keep a lot of the length on top. So what I'm doing right here is I'm establishing the outline, which is basically the length of the sides, and that length is going to be the same length on both sides. Now, as you can see, I'm now starting the layering process where I'm combing the hair straight out and I'm holding the hair in my fingers and cutting in the layers. And I'm going to do this all the way around the upper half of the sides and back. Once I've completed cutting in the layers, it'll be at that point where I will then address the graduation, which is going to be on the lower half of the back. So it's going to look really cool because the lower half of the back is going to sit nice and tight. That graduation is going to support the layers that we're cutting right now to make the hair nice and full. So I'm going to wrap up the layering on the right side, and then I'll do the exact same thing on the left side. So now that I've completed cutting in the layers on the right side, it is now time to do the exact same thing on the left side. So as you can see right here, I'm first cutting in the outline, establishing the length. Now I'm cutting that very first layer. That very first layer is going to be the guide for the rest of the layers on the left-hand side, and I'm going to work my way all the way to the back where I will meet with the layers on the right side, and then the two will just blend in together. So as you can see, I'm taking sections, working my way around the head. I'm combing the section that I'm going to cut to the previous section, and that previous section is basically my guide for these layers, and I'm going to continue to do this till I get to the center back, at which point I left off on the right side, and then, as I mentioned before, these two layers will meet and blend in together. Alright, so now that the layers are all done, as you can see, I am now taking diagonal sections and cutting in the graduation on the lower half of the back. So, that very first section was right behind the ear. I basically used the length that we already established on the sides as my guide. From that length, I sat the hair in as short as my fingers could go. So from that outline, I angled my fingers as tight as I could get down to the neck to cut the neck area as short as possible, but building that graduation up to that outline that we established on the left-hand side. So I'm now taking diagonal sections, working my way from the behind the ear right side to the center back, and then I'll do the exact same thing on the left side, and eventually what will happen is, because I'm taking diagonal sections, the two sections will just crisscross and blend in the center back. So I'm going to continue cutting in the graduation on the right side, and then once I'm done, I will go ahead and start doing the graduation on the left side. Alright, the graduation on the right side is all done. It is now time to do the graduation on the left side. As you can see, that outline right there is my guide. And basically from that outline, I'm sitting the hair in as tight as my fingers can go. I'm taking diagonal sections. I'm angling my hands down towards the neck area so that the length stays longer at the occipital bone but gets nice and short as I get closer to the neck. Now I'm taking these diagonal sections, which are going to eventually crisscross the right side diagonal sections that I've already completed cutting, and as I get to the center back, the two sides are just going to eventually blend in and mesh into one. Alright, so the graduation and the layering is all complete in the back, and it is now time to chip in the desired outline that I'm looking for. So I'm simply just taking my scissors and chipping in with the points to basically draw in, sketch in the desired outline that we're looking for. So I'm going to continue using the points of my scissors to create this outline, and then I will do some scissored over comb just to soften up the outline. So as you can see, I'm now simply just scissor overcombing that outline. We finished establishing the outline that we wanted, the desired length of the outline by chipping in. And now I'm just going through and softening up the outline by using some scissor overcomb to really make that outline just fade right in, blend right in with the graduation that we cut right above it, which of course that graduation just fades and blends right into the layering that we already cut right above that. Alright, so we've come to the end of this haircut. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments in regards to the layering, the graduation, the scissor over comb, please feel free to put them down in the comment section below. And please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And I want to thank you guys so very much again for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'm excited to bring you more content.